So, I have reviewed a lot of cheap smartphones on this channel lately. Now, while most of them were really interesting and decent in some areas, we still have more coming. Like this one right here, the itel A80, another $75 smartphone with a lot of bold claims, like what you're seeing here on the box. 8GB of RAM, 50 megapixel super HDR camera, and 38 months of fluency guaranteed. You know what? Let's put it to test. The design of the itel A80 is very reminiscent of the Pop 9 I reviewed a few weeks ago, and I would say that's not a bad thing because itel and Tecno actually comes from the same family. So it is relatively easy for itel to take some design cues from Tecno. And I'll say it works. The design of the itel A80 looks okay for a budget phone and there's nothing much to complain about. The first thing that stood out for me was the form factor, which is slim and lightweight. itel A80 comes in 3 unique colors, which are glacier white, wave blue, and sandstone black, which is actually what I have here. It is made of plastic, even though it actually looks like it has a glass back. Now, despite its plastic construction, it still feels well made and well put together. I'll say the build quality is surprisingly good for the price. On the right side of the device, we've got the power button and the volume rocker keys. To the left, we have a SIM card tray that can take 2 4G nano SIM card and a micro SD card. At the bottom, we have a headphone jack, a microphone, a USB Type-C charging port, and a speaker grill. Then on top of the device, we have nothing. At the back, we have a 50 megapixel main camera and a VGA sensor that I feel it is just there to elevate the looks. Then there's a ring flashlight, and at the lower parts, there is awesome branding on it that says designed by itel. So basically, itel is trying to make you believe that they designed this phone. The thing is, were you not supposed to design your phone in the first place? Anyways, let's digress. On the front side of the device, we have an 8 megapixel camera on the punch hole display. Speaking of display, the itel A80 comes with a 6.7 inches 720p IPS LCD with a 120Hz refresh rate. Nothing too special in terms of specs, but you know what? It actually gets the job done. It's all about striking a balance between functionality and price, which I think this actually does that. The colors are pretty solid, the text is sharp enough for anyone to read without any issues, and when it comes to watching YouTube videos or consuming media content in general, it is smooth and decent. Playback is smooth, and the slightly bigger display actually provides an immersive viewing experience. Brightness is capped at 500 nits, so you might struggle to see the display a bit when you take it outside on a sunny day. Overall, the display is decent at this price point. Now, the side-mounted fingerprint scanner that is incorporated inside the power button is actually very responsive 90% of the time, and I would say it's great. But what's not so great on this smartphone is the single down-firing speaker. Guys, this thing sounds very poor. For what comes in the box of this device, when you open the box, you'll see the device with a sticker that carries basic highlights of what to expect from the phone. Next is a plastic silicone case that actually looks nice. You get a 10-watt charger, which is quite sad. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you why I'm saying it is sad later in the video. You get a USB Type-C charging cable, a SIM ejector tool, and a cheap feeling earpiece. I can't remember the last time I saw this type of cheap looking earpiece. Now, let's talk about performance. What can you actually expect from this device, a $75 smartphone? Well, I am happy to tell you that performance is modest for day-to-day tasks, like phone calls, casual social media activities, that's browsing through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and mostly basic stuff. If you're considering a phone at a lower price point, you have to also lower your expectations. You shouldn't expect it to perform like those expensive ones. But don't worry too much, this actually gets the job done. I mean, it's kind of crazy the kind of performance you get with something like this. First off, it is equipped with a Unisoc T603 octa-core processor, paired with 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which is pretty okay for some people. There's also an option to enable memory fusion, which can slightly elevate the device performance, but don't expect something out of the ordinary. When it comes to gaming performance, the games that you're going to enjoy playing here will be the likes of Candy Crush, Subway Surfers, Temple Run, and mostly 2D games. If you wish to play more demanding games on here, you might want to look elsewhere because this might not be the phone for you. I would say for the price, performance is acceptable. Now, while the user interface is fast and responsive, opening apps most times can take a few seconds, but once you're in, it works. It runs pretty smoothly. I guess that has a lot to do with this device's underwhelming processor. Yeah. The itel A80 comes with Android 14 Go edition out of the box, and it offers similar experience that you'll get from most recent traction smartphones. Example is the dynamic bar that shows notification on the punch hole display, then memory fusion and some other tweaks like that. There are still some pre-installed apps that could be useful, but if you don't find them useful, you can't get rid of them. Now let's talk about the camera. Guys, I would say it is definitely not the star of the show here, even though itel is trying to make you believe so. But considering the price, it is actually not that bad. The camera quality is decent for what it is. It captures good details and colors in well-lit conditions. However, you get poor results in low lighting conditions. See, forget what itel or any brand will tell you. You don't buy this type of phone if pictures are your main concern. And I must say that camera is not this device strong suit. But you know what? Just go through the images and tell me what you think about them in the comment section below. Hey guys, so this is the front-facing camera of the itel A80, shooting in 1080p 30 frames per second. What do you guys think about the video quality and the audio quality? Let me know down in the comment section below. For battery, the itel A80 actually does a really good job. You can comfortably get through a full day of usage with ease, and that's with multiple apps running and a fair bit of screen on time. The 5000 mAh battery is one of its standard features, and I feel like itel would have done better advertising the battery more than the way it does with the camera. Yeah, the battery life is impressive with up to 2 days of light use. If you're an heavy user, it can get a little challenging, but I was still able to get through a full day without having to charge it up. Now, speaking of charging, this is where we have sad news. Remember I told you about the 10-watt charger this device comes with. The itel A80 only comes with a 10-watt charger, and guys, it took forever. It took more than 3 hours to fill this thing up, and that is not appropriate. It doesn't make sense in 2024. So, in summary, the itel A80 is a decent smartphone that offers excellent value for money. While it falls short in some areas like performance, poor speakers, and the camera, it still manages to impress in design, good battery life, and offers a usable experience. So if you're in the market for an affordable device that covers all the basics, I think this device is worth considering. The only thing that bothers me is the 36-month of fluency that is nowhere to be found now. Talk more than 3 years after. Maybe itel has another meaning to this. Who knows? So that is it, my review of the itel A80. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, kindly give me a like and hit on that subscribe button to join this awesome family. And I guess I'll talk to you in the very next one. Bye-bye.